segment, we're going to talk about how to play the positive risk cards in the Project Risk game. So one of the first questions is, are they handled like the negative risk cards? And generally, no. First off, they have 4 different risk strategies, because the negative risk strategies are mitigate, avoid, transfer, and accept. The positive risk strategies are different, except for accept. In this case, we have exploit, enhance, and share. And exploit means that we're going to take action for that positive risk to occur right then. And we can do that at any point in the game for those 6 cards that are sitting in our identified risk log area. The enhancement strategy means that we are not taking action to make that occur right at the moment, but we're going to increase the benefits, or in the case of a real project, it means increase the probability. But with our risk dice only having 8 sides to it, that we have no way to actually increase probability in the case of our game. So we play with the increasing the benefits for the game. And then the share strategy we're going to discuss in more detail in another session, because that's a complex negotiation between different competing teams. So let's get into how the cards are played in general. So first off, if a positive risk number is rolled on the black dice, in our case, let's say we roll a 6 on our black dice, then we can take advantage of that positive benefits on the risk card right away. Unlike the negative risk cards, it does not have to roll twice. You can take advantage of it right away, or you can choose to hold it. So risk card 6 says your project found it could gain synergy from another related project that was going on. Go ahead 6 steps without paying for them. Gain 5 chips, gain 1 team member back if you had lost any before. So that's pretty nice, but you might not want to use that risk card right away. Let's say, for example, that you're sitting somewhere towards the beginning of the game board, like on step 14, and if you're able to go ahead 6 steps without paying for them, that's really nice, but it's only going to get you to step 20, and that's in the cheap steps of the game. The Project Risk board game has steps that cost 1 chip per step until you get into the executing phase. And once you're there, the steps are going to cost 5 chips per step until you move again into control and monitoring when they get back down to 1 chip per step. So if you're a smart strategist, you're going to want to hold that benefit until you're at a place where you can get through those more expensive steps for free. So you might opt to just hold that positive risk, and in the meantime, if you're very smart, and if you have enough project chips left, depending on your situation in the game, you might opt to actually enhance that positive risk. So the way that you would enhance it is that you can pay the impact score of that positive risk. In this case, it has an impact score of 7, where you would pay 7 chips from the project chips to the bank, and then you have earned the right to put an enhanced card on that risk. And then when it rolls again and you take it, or if you exploit it, which means it happens, you're able to double the benefits on that card. So specifically what that means is that previously it said go ahead 6 steps without paying for them. Now you go ahead 12 steps without paying for them. It said gain 5 chips back from the bank. In the case of where you've actually enhanced it, you've gained back 10 chips from the bank. It said gain 1 team member back if you had lost any before. Now you can gain 2 team members back if you had lost them before. So doubling those benefits is really powerful, and sometimes depending on your chip situation, sometimes depending on where you are on the board and other factors, you might really get a lot of bang for your buck out of enhancing your positive risks. And you can enhance and exploit at any point. It can be lying flat, like my risk 3 here is a positive risk. I could enhance it at any time. I could exploit it at any time. And same with its being triggered. One thing that you might want to know though, after a risk has been used, it gets put into the issues log. And so let's say we had enhanced it and we went ahead our 20 steps without paying for them, and we gained back our 10 chips from the bank and any team members we'd lost. So we took full advantage of that positive risk card 6, and it went into our issues log. And at that point, it's done. It's complete. If the black dice rolls a 6 again, it doesn't matter. Nothing happens. It doesn't matter if it's a positive risk or a negative risk. If it's a card that's in the issues log, that means that it's completely done. And it can't come back and, in the case of a negative risk, hurt you again, or in the case of a positive risk, benefit you again. So that's basically how the positive risk cards are played. And I'll have other segments that will explain the share option and the other strategies a bit more, as well as if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is kwais@successfulprojects.com.